Just this week, Senator Mitch McConnell confirmed in a news conference that the FBI was investigating the bugging of one of his congressional offices. And apparently there were members of his staff that were planning his re-election bid, and they were talking about the possibilities of who would be running against the senator and how they were going to strategize with that against that candidate. And the information was thrown out there in magazines and on the internet for everyone to see and hear. This is just another case of how technology and the internet has really changed our society and how we think about what we say. That what seems to be nothing is private anymore. And when one is having a casual conversation with their friend, they may never know that someone else might be listening. Truth be told, from a halachic standpoint, from a Jewish philosophical standpoint, we always believe that someone else is listening to everything that we say. And that someone is Kadosh Baruch Hu. We believe that every word that comes out of our mouths we are responsible for. And that ultimately, at the end of time, when we leave this world, God is going to ask us about every word that we share. That's why the parashas that we read this Shabbos are so very important for us to internalize. Parashas Tazria, Metzora primarily deal with the laws of impurity, the laws of contamination. And one of the ways in which a person becomes contaminated is by speaking about someone else. The classic example, of course, is Miriam, the sister of Moshe, who spoke about her brother. Miriam got tsaras, this skin disease that we're told is a result of speaking about someone else negatively. And Miriam, because she got the tsaras, became contaminated. She had to stay behind the Jewish people, and they waited for her. They waited for her out. She was outside the camp until she was able to come back in the camp and rejoin the people until she was healed. Now, the lesson for our lives is one which is very important and very pertinent. Metzora comes from the words Chazal explained to us is mitzo, to find ra. A person who finds ra, who finds bad in someone else. There are many people who are looking to find the bad words that someone may say. Sometimes when someone says something that could either be taken out of context, or maybe someone says something that really wasn't something that they should say. And maybe they made a mistake. We all make mistakes. Maybe they regret having said that thing. Nevertheless, there are those who are there who are waiting to find something bad about someone who may have so much good about them and have done so much good in their lives. And by virtue of grabbing on to one word and perhaps taking it out of a certain context, those individuals attempt to smear that person and their reputation across the world and into the homes of everyone, changing their entire mindset of what they think about the individual. We have seen it now so many times. A casual conversation with a friend may end up regretting or causing the regret of the individual and causing pain and anguish for the individual for many, many years to come. We have to make sure that we look for the good in people, that we report about the good things that people do, and that we're not focused and not trying to have in our mindset that we're always looking for the bad. We need to be positive people and not negative people, to use the internet and technology for positive reasons and not for negative ones, to use them in order to find out the best of society and the best of humanity, and not to look at and focus on the worst or the mistakes that people as human beings sometimes make. May we be zocha, may we merit to heed this message and look at the best in people, thereby avoiding tsaras. Thank you for listening, and have a good Shabbos.